What's up, guys? Welcome back to another classic car walk around here at Coyote Classics. And today, Chad and I are going to check out this absolutely gorgeous 1968 Cougar XR7 with believed to be 37,000 actual miles. And as we go around the car, I strongly believe that's actual miles.
Yeah, that's at least for the person we got it from. He's been looking at this car for a long time, and it came from a lady out east, and it's just got a really cool history with it. We got the car in, we put a brand new set of American Racing chrome torque thrust rims, put some new tires on the front, some good used tires on the back, and really gave this a nice muscle car stance, Dalton.
Yeah, it looks sharp.
Yeah.
We also have the original wheels for it too. Yeah, just a fantastic looking car.
And this being an XR7, a lot of them are clones. I don't know if you noticed that, but just like everything else, like the GT Mustangs, a lot of people go ahead and make the regular Mercury Cougar and turn them into XR7 clones. This one's a real deal, and it's got the correct hideaway headlights. They work. It's got the power antenna in the rear. That works perfect as well. Just a fantastic car.
Yeah, and that black cherry color is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, Tim did a nice job buffing that out. It's got a really nice finish. It's been repainted once, probably I'm guessing about 10-15 years ago, but with the nice buff on it, it really looks good. And the other thing, as we look up and down the sides, it's a dark color. It's kind of like black. You know, black kind of shows everything, and so does this dark burgundy. But even though it's an older paint job, still very straight and has a great shine to it.
Very straight.
Another thing, as we go underneath the hood on this, it's got the original J-code, as far as I know, 302 4-barrel V8 engine, and it really looks like it's never been out of the car. It's got just enough patina along the air cleaner, valve covers, everything with it, that it just looks 100% bone stock.
I love seeing that too. It really, I mean, shows you the quality and originality of the car. Because like we've said 100 times, you cannot restore a car better than an original.
Yeah, you can't restore them better here in 2020 than they did in the factory in '68.
Exactly.
The air conditioning, when this car came in, we usually have to charge it. This one we didn't. The air was ice cold when we got it in. Blows cold, power steering, power brakes. Does have disc brakes on the front. Now, we went ahead and we did a lot of extra work on this car just to make these brakes work properly. We put a new booster, new master cylinder, new rotors, new calipers, new proportioning block. Everything's new on the front brakes. We also went ahead and went through the back brakes on it, just made sure everything was set up correctly.
If I remember correctly, we also did the carburetor on it too.
Yep, we put some new plugs in it just the other day as well. So it's got new plugs, carburetor's all done. And as we go underneath this car, you've got to check it out on our website, coyoteclassics.com. This is probably one of the most rust-free original Cougars underneath that we have seen. So very, very solid original floors, frame, and trunk. As far as the inner fenders, stuff like that goes, a lot of times there's boils and rust issues on there. It's all nice and solid. A new Napa Legend battery, new hole down put on it. Driver's side's, excuse me, solid as well.
Such a neat car.
Hood closes great as we look here from front to back. The top of the fender and the top of the hood line up perfectly, nice gap. Original chrome around the headlights, original chrome here as well. Front balance all. Excuse me, guys. Allergy seasons, and they're picking corn and beans here real close. So again, the passenger side paint body look real good. Very, very nice and straight. Original marker lenses, original chrome, got some pot metal, some little pitting and stuff around the edges there, that's all original. Rocker molding is original as well, and so is the wheel well trim. It really looks like it's 100% original.
These cars are hard to find like this, you know, I mean, there's just not too many out there.
No, definitely, especially with a rust-free undercarriage like this one. As far as the lower fender, door, all that stuff is all nice and solid. Our gaps are great, front and back side of the door. Both of the gaps are excellent. We do have some pitting and stuff like that on the original door handle. But as far as the door opening and shutting, it's perfect. White vinyl top, again, your XR7, the white vinyl top's in excellent shape. No pitting or bubbling anywhere along the back of the window and behind the window or the driver's side. Same thing with the roof, just really nice vinyl top and very soft.
Yeah, it is. Very nice.
Door panel. The door panel is in excellent original condition. The pull handle's nice. As we look at the corner of the door here, door jamb paint when it was redone. It was redone and it looks fine, but it's not quite as nice as the rest of the outside. You can see where they had some little chips under the paint there. As far as the bottom corner of the door, it's excellent. Door rubbers are definitely the original Dalton. Go ahead and feel those. That's the difference between feel how hard that is there. So that is definitely the original rubbers, which also tells us that it's very well possibly a 37,000 mile car.
Yeah. Looks like original interior, almost entirely.
Yeah, and the door panel, it is, because you can also tell that right here. You see how dark this is right on the very, very top edge where the sun would have caught that? So that is darker than the rest of it. So it is the original door panel, and it's like brand new yet. Check this out.
That's remarkable.
Look at that.
Wow.
Same thing with the seats here. You have just a little bit of discoloring. A little bit of darkness on the very top edges, but around the edges here and the corners are excellent, very nice and pliable.
Yeah, there's not even, I mean, no rips or nothing in that original seat.
No, look at that. Original carpet.
Wow.
You can see the fade here in the top of the original carpet. No one's dyed it. We also took the console all apart, got all the lights working. The back console light works.
And the courtesy lights.
Courtesy light. The original headliner still in the car. It's got the overhead, little overhead, not going to call it the console, but the mini console up there with the map lights and stuff like that, and that all works. As far as the original carpet here, we did shampoo all the carpet, and it's just 100% original and still nice and soft. Kick panel's in great shape. Carries 50 pounds of oil pressure, which is great. It's got the old Craco AM/FM 1982 cassette player. The factory clock is all there, but it is not working. Temperature gauge works. It's idling at about 700 RPM. The gas gauge works, 37,147 miles. 2-speed wipers work perfectly and park. As far as the wood grain goes on the dash and the horn works and the steering wheel, it's all in great shape. Again, making this possibly a 37,000 mile car. Light works inside the glove box.
Did you say the light works in the glove box?
Oh yeah. Pretty much everything works on this. The only thing I noticed that light that didn't work was the driver or passenger side door light.
Another thing we did that took some time was the sequential tail lights. Brent went through and got them all working.
Yeah. So we got those working. We also went ahead and put a brand new unit in 68, just for a little knowledge. Those are very expensive for the sequential taillight thing. It was like 300 bucks just for the main brain on that. So yeah, both of those work great. It's got a nice dual exhaust, an older exhaust, but it sounds good. As far as the trunk, lines up beautifully. Both sides. This is kind of neat with the XR7 as well. Just the nice little hidden lock there.
Check this out. You don't see this too many times.
Yeah, how many times do power and factory power antennas work? Not very often.
Never. It just works perfect.
That's tall, man. You'd have to put it down when you're going over a underpass.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as the body, I mentioned the door fits really good front and back on the driver's side. The body's nice and straight. Nice driver quality paint job. Got a little bit of orange peel in the paint, but it still has a great shine. You can just tell it was done years ago. I really like the stripe here too. They did a nice job and they went ahead and did the pinstriping. They really followed the body line nicely here.
And this has to be one of my favorite colors.
Really?
They each call it different. Black cherry is what they call it, and mercury, but it's a gorgeous color. I like the darker red. In the shade, it looks almost like black, like a dark burgundy. Yeah. It's just a pretty color, classy.
It's got a nice finish too. I mean, as we look right here, you can just see a reflection very nicely. As we go along here, you can just see the originality of the mirror. That's something a guy might want to change down the road. It's got a lot of pits in the original mirror here. One more thing, the back side of the hood on both sides lines up perfectly.
Even like all the emblems look original as well, like the Cougar emblems.
They definitely are. The XR7 up here, they are. And the way the doors fit and close and the gaps on the hood and trunk lid, it's a good quality car. Here's your original codes down here, 65R, and then I don't know if you can read all the rest of them. Bottom corner of the door is good. Again, door panel is exactly like the other side. The light works in this one. That's the only thing really that doesn't work on the car is the clock and the light on the passenger side. But door panel is still in excellent condition. As we slide in here, the car's been idling for literally about 10 minutes.
Open your door again.
Yeah, cool. The door ajar light works.
That's neat. That's what's so cool about these XR7s is all their little toggle switches, and I mean,
yeah, they're ahead of their time.
Yeah,
weren't they?
Yeah, it's futuristic.
I mean, the Mercury Cougars were the classy Mustangs. You know what I mean? Where's our air conditioning? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn our air on. It's also got an aftermarket cruise control. So we turned our air on, guys. The air's blowing cold, and it did drop our idle down from about 800 to about 700. So it dropped it down about 100 RPM.
There's definitely a nice thing to have too. And with the cruise control, everything's hooked up. I'm not sure.
It's 85 degrees, so this is blowing nice and cool.
Nice. And then when we get out, we'll check and see if that, when we drive it, check that cruise too, because I know everything's hooked up for it. But I'm not sure if it works.
I can't believe it. I don't even know if I can understand how to run it, to be honest with you.
And these are much, like, very similar to the Mustangs as far as, I mean,
size,
yeah,
and
pretty much
engine
like
and drivetrain.
Yeah, and then they just, you know, way more options, way classier.
Exactly. Here's our steering wheel doll, absolutely perfect. We're gonna go ahead and hit our brakes, and they are front disc. They stop nice and straight.
Yeah.
And our steering wheel is still nice and straight here.
Nice.
Again, we've got our idle set exactly where I think it needs to be right now. It's just about 500 after it's warmed up with the air on. So if we go ahead and shut the air off, it comes right up.
Yeah.
Shifts about 3,500 RPMs. It's up to 55, shifts again.
Dude, such a smooth shift too.
Oh yeah, very nice.
I mean, you can hardly feel it. It's nice
running about 63 mile per hour at about 2,500 RPMs. Really rides nice. Goes down the road well. I noticed when I drove it the other day also, that kickdown does work on it, but the kickdown's set for around 55, and then it'll go into passing gear. If you get much past that, it's not going to do it. Like right there, is that
they're
50?
kicked down at about 50.
Yeah.
But if you get up to like 65, try to kick it down, it's not going to kick down.
Yeah, and that could be adjusted, whichever way you want to do it. So.
Nice car, nice car. Whoever gets this could be absolutely tickled pink with it.
Well, the big thing is air conditioning. I mean, this car, air conditioning, hideaway headlights, sequential tail lights, power steering.
30,000 miles.
Oh yeah, it's a great car, guys. Check out our website, coyoteclassics.com. Make it yours.